eBay's always a fun site to look around, isn't it? Well, when I was younger, say elementary school age, my vision was nowhere near as good as it is now. For those of you who are familiar with the American Visual Acuity System, my vision was 2200 back then, and it is now 2070. So basically 20 over 200 to 20 over 70. So for those of you who understand that scale, you can see what an improvement's been made. Anyway, back then what I needed was a talking watch. So I decided to go ahead and search eBay for some talking watches. And I'm going to take you guys along with me just so you can see what we have here. This one was I didn't have this in a metal band or a metal casing, but I had one very similar to this that was actually custom manufactured for Radio Shack, and I had that in my freshman year in high school. This one I have as a clear case, but it's essentially the same watch, and it was a free gift from a seminar I went to on fighting blindness. This one was another one that was custom manufactured for Radio Shack, but it was my very first talking watch. I've seen this in many configurations. This one is rather unique. I have never seen one of these with googly eyes and what looks like a robot mouth. That actually would be very, very fitting, because the voice in this thing is positively horrible compared to a lot of the newer watches. For those of you who have watched my previous videos, you may have heard my watch go off. It is a atomic talking watch that basically says itself. That voice is far better than this thing, I can guarantee you. Especially for those of you who own one of these, you know what I'm talking about. You can set it so that an alarm goes off. The alarm is a crowing rooster that actually sounds like, to be completely honest, it sounds like it's dying. Yeah. Whew. See, the thing with these watches is they only cost about $10, so you primarily got it if you were on a very strict budget. A departed friend of mine had one of these. This one used to belong to my grandfather. I actually still have it. I think I need to replace the battery, but there are too many cracks in the case, and the buckle's broken, so that no longer works. This one's rather interesting. I've seen these. I've never seen them in person, but I've seen them often on here. That's different. A couple of Simpsons-themed watches. This one I've seen. It's a rather strange-looking watch. Let's go in so you can have a better look at this one in particular. See about getting an enlarged image here. Okay, I don't know if you can see the display there, but you can see some of the pieces of the numbers are bigger than the others. That was a rather unique characteristic of this watch. I think it's still being sold, but I'm not sure. So let's go back. This one you can still get new from various websites such as MaxiAids and whatnot. That one's rather unique. Betty Boop. This one I haven't seen before. It's similar to one that Radio Shack used to carry. This one's similar to the one that I showed you earlier. Again, this is a design that my grandfather used to have, except the band. I think that's a... what is that? Looks like a metal band, but I'm not sure. Okay. This is another one. I think this one is available from Learning Sight and Sound, or LS&S. Okay, another one of those ones. A lot of these you can get from various companies, not just... Okay, this one is exactly like the one my grandfather had. You can get these from various dealers. They've got LS&S. There's also Maxi Aids, Independent Living Aids. You can pick these up for 10 bucks roughly. Let's see if there's anything unique. I have approximately 3 or 4 of these little keychain clocks. Again, it's one of those with the really annoying voice that you would only get if you just needed something. Okay, this one I believe came from Independent Living Aids, although I can't quite confirm that. This one's definitely from Maxi Aids. Okay, this one right here. This is an extremely rare find, and I had one as a kid. What happens is, this is a talking watch that is essentially, as you can see, it's Mickey Mouse. You squeeze his hands, and the mouth actually starts moving. Unfortunately, mine stopped talking. Mickey stopped talking to me, and I've lost the watch. I've not been able to find it now for over a decade, so I have no idea where it is. It's a real shame because this is an extremely rare find, and if you have one, I suggest you hang on to it. You can see that there are varying styles of watches, but a lot of them are very similar. Now, in terms of the square watch that I showed you, essentially this one, personally, I think it looks a lot better in silver. Okay, that one looks like a really fancy one. There's another one of those Mickey Mouse watches. When I was browsing through before I started this video, I actually found 3 of them. But they are pretty rare. This one is a really nice one. You can get it new. And what it does is, this is not just a talking watch. I mean, it is, but it's also got a musical alarm. I think one of the tunes you can play is For Release. It's really neat. More Simpsons animated ones. I really like the Krusty the Clown watch. That's really neat. I like the square face on that one. Another one of those keychain clocks. Never seen these. Regrets. This one I believe you can get from Maxi Aids. The idea behind these watches is the talking time and the analog time are independent of one another. Oh, this one, I remember a friend of mine had one of these. It's, for those of you who remember the original Pokemon before it got ruined, back when it was Ash, Misty, and Brock, and they were basically going through what you'd be playing through in the Pokemon Red and Blue versions back in the 90s. They had these talking watches that I can't remember if you could essentially, it was like a Pokemon mini game inside of them or what, but those were really popular back then. Oh my goodness. Okay, I never thought I'd see the day. Furby. Wow. Or The Simpsons. This one's a rather unique design. It's an LCD analog digital combination watch. In addition to the wristwatches, they also had pocket watches. It was a really interesting deal for the Pokemon franchise back then. And here's that third Mickey Mouse watch I was talking to you about. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some of this stuff. This goes back to my childhood, and it's really close to me. It's really important to me, and I just figured I'd share it with you. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Comments are welcome, and have a nice day.